And here we go. Let's see what they get in the throne room. Oh, Edric's Sword. There's a nice start. This should be a fast one.
A reasonable chance of it starting quickly, at least.
Yep, getting those first few levels won't be much of a challenge.
Speaking of starting quickly, 7 agility to start with means they're not going to have a whole lot of defense to work with, but they do see the Charlock right off the bat, so won't be a long walk.
Yep, so even if they have the Walk of Shame, it won't be too bad. And three of our runners are already on level 2, one of them on level 3, so as I said, a quick start. And as Braxis reaches level 4, Angel FM level 3, MeleeWizard level 3, and AliGerBrap also level 3, so we are off to the races, and Hurtmore already for Braxis at level 4. This is looking like a jet seed, folks.
Well, never say never. You say that and we'll see some things in Charlock that we don't want to see for sure.
That's true. I'm trying to give them the positive commentator's curse. Oh, MeleeWizard and AliGerBrap both taken out by a Demon Knight. Sent back home. And looks like level 5 was a decent agility boost there. 10, almost 10 agility. Or no, I'm sorry, I was looking at that wrong. It's about 6 agility, but he's up to 22, so not too bad.
Yep, everybody's at least got level 4 at this point, so nobody's going to be behind in their ability to kill some things. It's just going to be a question of how long can they survive on the overworld.
Yep, this is going to be a race to find everything, it looks like.
Yep, Angel FM race to find that green dragon, and we got Stoneman's on the other side of the equation for MeleeWizard, so even though you've got all this offense, you find some fun police, find just about every Charlock enemy you could find, really.
Yep, nearly 70 attack power at level 4, and unfortunately only 13 hit points, so they can't survive much. Glass cannons indeed. And of course, all of our runners not making it too far away from Tangential Castle before they get taken on by a higher level enemy. But they'll get there eventually.
It feels like this might be a bit of a situation where everybody's trying to race out and find some towns and kind of find some information, but maybe the person that stays back and just gets enough HP to get a little bit further might actually get a bit of an advantage going forward.
Yeah, maybe so. We'll see how it works out. But it looks like, yeah, they're all for exploring. I guess they all know this is going to be pretty quick levels, so they all want to get that exploration done.
Bad thing about all these Sharlock enemies is we have just, you know, no real way to actually not get back attacked on some situations here.
Yeah, with about only 22, 23 agility, it's tough to get the first attack on those guys. For as long as they get an attack, at least the mid-level enemies they can take out with a hurt more. This MeleeWizard reaches level 6 and finds a town. See what we have here. If he can make it there. Oh, runs away from the armored knight, and it's Rimeldar. So keys already.
It's quite the miracle run there.
Yeah, that was a very low chance to escape from that armored knight, but he did. And he reaps the reward. And another town. This one is Cole. He could find the armor here. See what he gets. Nope, the fairy flute. Not what he was hoping for, but...
Yeah, this can't give you everything, can it?
Well, it could, but... I guess we don't want to make it too easy. But at least Cole does give him a chance to rest up and continue his exploration. As long as he can stay alive.
Yeah, despite getting blocked at every turn, looks like all the runners are kind of creeping towards or at level 6 at this point, so it's not killing them too much to kill over to some of the Sharlock enemies that are on the loose.
Yep, not getting a lot of exploration done for 3 of our runners, but they're at least not falling behind in experience.
Looks like Angel of Him has now made the journey down, has not seen the Armor Knights, so he's going to get to Rimeldar safe and sound, and may have enough money for a key or two.
Yep, he's heading for the key shop, so I'm assuming he does. Yep, looks like he has enough for about 2 keys anyway. As MeleeWizard finds a dead end and starts heading back. And the Metal Scorpion gives them the express train home. They have all this power, all this attack power, low hit points, and no way to heal, so that can be a problem. Oh, Angel of Him gets blocked by the guard. Finally gets out.
Yeah. Herb Torch Treasury, not exactly what Angel of Him wanted to run into necessarily, but may get a little bit of a grind at some point just for free on some herbs if he ends up finding a cave. Can't be discounted since we don't have his heal spell just yet.
AliGerBrap was almost to Roldar and gets taken out by an Armored Knight. Didn't see if he was close enough to see the town or not. MeleeWizard finding the top 3 chests in Garen's grave just to get some gold and an herb. So at least plenty of herbs to go around in treasure chests, so one way to heal.
I don't recall exactly what was in coal. I know I saw a flame sword and a silver shield. Not sure if there's anything he can really buy at 600 gold that was in that shop that he could use.
I believe Cole did have the hand axe, so he could get that.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty hype sword trade-in for that.
That is very true. He does have Erdrick's sword, so scratch that.
So that's, what, 3 of the 5, so probably only 2 pieces of armor at best that are in the shop.
I believe so, yeah. There was a silver shield we saw. Looks like magic armor and clothes were the other 2 items they could buy there.
Yeah,
so
not
nothing
sure.
cheap.
Yeah, not really gonna make that run for the cloth.
Yeah, buying the hand axe would actually be a terrible mistake because there's no way to get the sword back.
One of these days on those big 170, 180 attack power seeds, I do want to trade that sword in for a bamboo pole and just beat the DL2 to death.
Can be done. It's been done with a club at least. So we have MeleeWizard level 8. Our other 3 runners are all level 6, so pretty good progress.
Yeah, still only 42 health though. I'm wondering when that health gain is going to kick in. Could be quite some time, and if that's the case, it's probably going to be a bit of a struggle to get that exploration done still.
Yeah, it will be, especially with no way to heal. 42 health isn't terrible for level 6, but yeah, it's bad when there's no way to heal yourself other than herbs. Lord of the Saints saying that return came at level 8, so MeleeWizard has that now. Not that he really needs it, he gets returned fairly often without it.
Yeah, we're barely 15 minutes into the seed, and we're looking at 40 plus deaths already across 4 runners, averaging out to just over 10.
Yep, that's the downside of that early exploration. Looks like Angel of Hymns found a grind spot that he likes. He's gonna try to level up a little bit here.
It looks like Melee has probably the most substantial lead in terms of experience. Looks like he's about 400 up on AliGerBrap. The top matchup so far looks to be fairly close still, so nobody's really breaking away there yet.
Yep, still anybody's race. MeleeWizard has a bit of a lead, but not insurmountable. I think Brax is headed toward Rimmaldar. We'll see if he makes it.
Yeah, I think he's just got to see it for certain to really know that he's got to go this direction to get himself some keys.
Yep, I mean, MeleeWizard finds the Death Necklace in the Stones cave.
It looks like Braxis unfortunately just doesn't quite make it into view, so unless he saw it earlier just barely, it's another situation where he is yet to realize his opportunity awaits him. But he did get a Armor Knight down for a decent chunk of experience, and I think he's all late now as well.
Yeah, he seems determined to make his way that direction, so maybe he has seen the town.
I think Allie might be the only other one that has not ventured down that direction just yet to find his keys.
Yeah, it looks like on the tracker he doesn't have any keys yet, so it's probably the case. Cyberdark says Angel FM got a metal slime. That'll help him out. He's up to level 8.
So really the golden question now is what will level 9 bring? We're just a little bit away for two of our runners. I think we're about 200 experience away, maybe 250.
Yeah, 975 is the amount for level 9, so Braxis and Melee are pretty close to that.
Normally it'd be a bit further away, but again, we have such nice weaponry and hurt more already, so with a little bit of luck, you can sit there and double hurt more of the armor knights and gain a good chunk of that XP, make it most of the way on just one enemy.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like Braxis is almost there, 956, so he just needs about one more kill.
Unfortunately, Fun Police is not that one kill, so we'll have to go back without the return spell being used again, and hope to find something just a little bit safer.
Yeah, he's strong, but not quite that strong.
And Angel FM also losing a bit of a coin flip, or at least more of a coin flip with the Green Dragon not going down to hurt more.
Yeah, it's a little more than a coin flip. Green Dragon only has 2 out of 16, I believe, hurt resistance, so normally will hit.
Yep, but then the Hurtmore's range is kind of right in the middle of his health range as well, so even if you hit it, may not exactly do enough damage, and with the health we're playing with, it's proved fatal a couple times, but hey, Metal Slime again.
Yep, let's see if you can take down another one. It's sticking around, and looks like he takes it down. Yep. So that will catapult him up to level 9. 2 power, 7 hit points, 4 magic.
House still not exactly safe on the hit points. Kind of looking for that 70 range until we get Erdrick's armor. But we do find Hawk's Nest, so maybe getting closer to that armor.
Yep, maybe they're going to check out the Spike Tile. Maybe it's an Axe Knight or even an Armor Knight he could take out. Stone Man. I don't think they have sleep yet, so... Yeah, 2 Hurtmores would take it out if they hit, but it's about a 50-50 chance. AliGerBrap picks up his Death Necklace.
Yep, always nice to have just in case the health takes off at some point. Currently not looking that way though.
Yeah,
Trying to reverse curse that, sorry. Hoping for like a big roll or something.
Yep. Which again, their health is slightly low for this level probably, but not too bad.
Yeah, it is a randomizer, but sometimes, or I guess more often than not, I've seen the HP kind of tick a little bit more above average, and usually have to fight to get that attack power up to the point where you can do something. So it's nice to have this C kind of play out this way, because now you've got the opposite effect where you've got all this attack capability, but you don't have exactly the greatest agility or health, and you're kind of having to find your way through a C that way.
Yep. Randomizer likes to throw you curveballs. Just to make you think. Brax is creeping up on level 10. Goes and grabs a couple torches, a couple herbs out of the treasury.
Yep. Melee has stumbled upon Cantlin. It's actually one of those rare circumstances where it's gonna be pretty much all of the herbs you can use just to kind of get past the glass tiles that do 15 damage to see the coordinates, and may not even be able to make it back.
Yep, it's gonna be tight.
They have what, about with that you would have maybe 8 tiles that you can walk, 6 herbs, maybe 9. And the starting health is just around, or their health currently, excuse me, is right around 50. I think that's what he's kind of determined, is you may not have enough to do it.
Yep, he backed out. He may be... Yeah, he's going to get his health full and then try it, looks like.
And wisely using the herb to fill his health up to 49 at this point. It's cheaper to just buy the herb and fill your health that way than taking the inn, which is at 100 gold for Cantlin.
Yep. Cantlin, the expensive inn.
It looks like Angel did get to level 10 and has enough money for the chainmail, so I think I saw Hurt and I couldn't see the other spell because he menued through that pretty quickly.
It was Hurt and Radiant.
Still no heal spell.
Nope. Still living on herbs.
So 81 south, 56 west is quite a walk. We still don't really know if this is a single continent or 2 continents. It's kind of become more of a... it's not a 50-50, but it's definitely more common in this update than the previous one.
Yeah, the new maps in this version. I think someone ran some stats and it came up about 30% that it's a single continent. But so far, no one's found the swamp cave, so we haven't been able to find out yet.
Yep, looks like we do have a check of Tangille's basement and the jerk's living down there, so won't have to go very far to turn in to get your rainbow drop to go to Charlock later.
Yep, it'll be nice when it comes time. They can just death warp, grab the rainbow drop, and then head right to Charlock. Lord of the Sith asking for a 3 continents flag. Considered, but not sure how that would work.
I guess you'd have to multiply Swamp out a couple of times. Yeah, he's coming up with the ideas already over there.
Yeah, just add another stairs to a mountain cave or something to lead you out somewhere else.
Boy, a little 3 continent 3's company. AliGerBrap was hanging on with 1 HP after the first hit from the green dragon. Thought he might be able to take him out, but didn't have enough left in the tank to take him out and ended up taking the last of his health. Not uncommon so far, though, in this seed.
Yep, not a ton of health and no way to get it back when you lose it.
We're up in and around 70 deaths combined across 4, so it's more of the same. Maybe getting towards 100 here in the next 15 minutes or so, unless we find some armor or find some health gain. Now we've got Chad asking for 7 continents. Chad, if you want to play 7 continents, I'll definitely watch you play it, but good luck to you.
Yeah, that would be madness. Big bridge mode, yeah, there we go. Only we get that music in there.
And it looks like we have Garen's grave over here on Brax's side, so we're actually starting to find all the caves out there. Basically have a swamp connector and a mountain cave, I believe. I'm trying to think of what else we haven't seen. Maybe free stuff? That's about it.
We had the one free cave that had the death necklace in it.
Oh, that's correct.
And Brax is hitting level 11. And I believe Angel also hit level 11.
It's a nice HP gain finally. We got 23, so they've gone from being just below average to perhaps a little bit above average.
No, Angel's still level 10, but if he takes this metal slime out, that'll get him closer to 11. That should give it for him, actually. Yep, it's 2 damage and it runs away.
Hey, you can't win them all. He's gotten a couple already, so...
Yeah, 2 is enough.
My favorite's when you turn on the scared metal slime and you have the low strength, low agility start point, and you still get him right off the bat.
Yep.
I think the only time I played with that flag on, that's exactly how I got my first handful of levels. Even if they're scared, RNG can still be in your favor. That's all that means.
Yep. They can still stick around just like they do any other time.
So it looks like we have Angel FM now in Cantland, so second runner at least have found the potential to get coordinates early.
Yep, and MeleeWizard diving the grave, checking those two bottom chests.
I've seen an Axe Knight down there, haven't seen a whole lot else yet, so it's maybe a situation where there's not a terrible enemy set within that cave.
Yep. First chest is a fairy water. Oh, there's a red dragon, just as you say that.
There's the commentator's curse. There we go. That's a very rough feeling, in my opinion, when you have 4 of the 5 chests out of the grave, and the 5th one's down there, and you know now that there's red dragons and fun stuff down there. You hate to leave the 5th chest, but situation where you may not want to dive real quick again either.
Yeah, I mean, he already has the sword, so it may not be worth diving again unless you need to. Still plenty of chests to be found at this point.
Yep, and got Harp, Stones of Sunlight, and Token all out there still to be found. None of our runners have found any of the key items necessary to complete the seed.
Yep. I don't remember if anyone checked the chest in Mildar yet, but I know they haven't found Mountain Cave, they haven't found Garenham.
But we
Speaking
do
of
have,
which,
and we do have a Stoneman takedown here, and we have the armor too.
looks like that chest was an herb, so nothing there in Remeldar.
So now, by process of elimination, we do know Token is on the coordinates. Maybe not the most important thing to go find right now, but it'll be on your mind, and maybe some sort of GPS necessity coming forward here in a couple minutes.
That is quite a count, and probably not countable from the castle.
Yeah, I believe in the quality of all 4 of these runners to be able to count that, but it's probably going to be pretty time consuming, and in the event that it's 2 continents, it may actually be near impossible without a good reference point across the water.
Yep. It's at 81 south. I don't think the continent they're on actually goes that far, so it may very well be 2 continents. Angel going to get his coordinates. He has the armor, so doesn't have to worry about the barrier tiles.
Yep, also has all that extra defense and has the reduction of some of the spell and breath damage as well, so really the first runner to kind of break away and put themselves in position to be able to survive some of the Sharlock enemies that have made their way out on the overworld.
Yep, and Erdrick's armor is also huge in the fact that that's the only way to heal at this point.
So, Angel of him with armor and sword in his possession is going to make the attempt to dive the grave. Has the first 3 chests already and is going to try and probably make it down to the 4th and 5th chest here, but already seeing the armor knights down there may sap his magic points and leave him without the hurt more capabilities here pretty quick. On the other hand, he will be one more X Knight away, I think, from the next level as it's at 3,000 exact. So we have Stoneman, we have Jerkbird, we have Fun Police. So, looking pretty imposing so far on this floor.
And Angel reaches level 12. Meanwhile, MeleeWizard making his way to Hawksness. Looks like he's going to try to take the Stone Man on, might get his armor.
Going to depend mostly, I would think, on that first hurt more. We saw Angel FM take him down with 2 attacks thereafter. And it does get the initial hurt.
Double hurt more. Takes down the Stone Man. So Erdrick's armor for MeleeWizard. 2 of our runners now have that.
Garanham has the Stones of Sunlight. So, we now finally have a quest item in the possession of one of our runners.
Yep. 1 down, 2 to go.
And Swamp North is below, which I think it had to be at this point almost. Would have just been, what, like Mountain Cave maybe? And
Yep.
Looks like an Armor Knight is on our spike tile down there.
It'll be easier to take down with hurt more, and he'll probably grab the princess. I think Braxis has the coordinates already. Or maybe not.
I know Melee and Angel FM both have it, so I'm not sure if I saw Braxis make his way that way.
Yeah, he may not have seen that yet, so probably be making a trip back there once he finds the coordinates. And we have, looks like another cave on Praxis. There's 2 caves there.
Oh, yep, I must have forgotten about our Staff of Rain cave as well. So that would make this mountain?
Could be mountain or tablet. This is tablet, looks like.
Yep, don't mind me, I'll just pick out in every cave I call.
Gotta get it right sooner or later, right? Just keep calling mountain. And the silver harp in the tablet caves. There's 2 of our quest items now for Praxis.
That's actually really convenient too.
Yep, considering right outside is where you turn it in. .1 is boring for me. How is that, Thilo? That's true. 2.2 is going to have some niceties that'll be fun to play with when League comes around.
And it looks like we may have walked the entirety of that second continent on our top left screen there. Braxis kind of did the glance over across the entire continent. So unless that is randomly an island that also houses the coordinates kind of in the southwest, it's
yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure if he explored the entire island or not. He may just be coming back to pop up. No, he's heading back out of Garanham, so I guess maybe he did.
He definitely wrapped the east, the north, and kind of the west through the southwest. I didn't quite see what was in the southeast of that continent.
So what are we still missing at this point? We haven't seen the mountain cave. I believe Brecon area we haven't seen either.
Yep.
So we see Angel finding Garanham. He's going to head, grab those items, and then head to the swamp cave.
And he might be looking towards the rescue of the princess for the GPS, since he has the coordinates.
That's very true. But no, it looks like he's just going to head... Oh, okay, changes his mind, casts Radiant, and here he goes.
Yep, and for those of us just joining from RPG Limit Break, you'll notice the COD counter for all 4 runners is north of 15, with AliGerBrap unfortunately up above 30. It's been a very rough seed for having a level 4 Hurtmore and an immediate Erdrick sword within the first 10 seconds.
Yep. Got the sword in the throne room, got Hurtmore level 4. Been pretty quick leveling, but exploration has been tough.
So Angel FM is going to try and get out of Swamp Cave by walking. Probably going to try and see what's on the south side of the swamp. And we'll
MeleeWizard
hopefully find both caves.
taken down by the fun police. I didn't see which cave he was in. It might have been Swamp Cave. Melee making a beeline back for Garenham, so that must have been where he was.
So every runner is still missing something they need in the seeds.
Yep,
Always nice to see every runner have the opportunity still to come back and steal the victory if they're behind, or kind of push forward if they're.
Yep, all of our runners have the sword, obviously. Two of them have Erdrick's armor. The other two yet to find it. Three of our runners have the stones. And only one has the staff so far. Melee resting up in Garenham before he heads through the Swamp Cave again. Maybe he can make it this time.
Does Braxis know where Hawksness is? I don't believe so. I think he unfortunately kind of just walked a few tiles away from where it was on the overworld, so has not yet found it, but should be within the route eventually that he'll actually kind of stumble upon.
And Melee makes his way through the Swamp Cave. Going straight south, so he's going to miss Tablet Cave unless he makes his way back around.
Fortunately for him, it is actually just a little island, so he's, unless he gets wiped out here by the golem, should make his way to where the two caves are.
But he does have the fairy flute, so he can put that golem to sleep. Like a lot of the enemies over here, not too tough. And he finds the staff cave, so he does know that's there at least. And now he can see Tablet Cave on his left.
We have, looks like 44 to the north is what you have on Angel FM side on this little island, and that's gonna put the coordinates off of the second continent. So it's on the first continent. It must be some kind of long, convoluted route to get down there.
MeleeWizard picks up the silver harp, and he'll immediately go turn that in. As we see Angel making his way toward the cave, but an armored knight. He should be able to take it down, though.
Looks like we're gonna have our third runner making the tablet dive for silver harp. So just gonna leave AliGerBrap without the information that the second continent has that combination on it.
Oh, there's a little isthmus there on the second continent.
Oh my,
He's
that's
down to
actually...
about-
Yeah, that's terrible news for Braxis, because he kind of looked down there and dismissed it when it went to one tile. Didn't get that last little tile check.
Yep, that could be a big oversight. You always got to check all the way, because you never know.
So the big question is, will Angel FM make sure that he checks every last inch of that?
Well, he's going that direction, and yes, looks like he will. Maybe the wizard finds a town. It's got to be Breckenary.
Large shield was available there, so an upgrade of shield means defense is probably starting to get closer to an acceptable range.
Take a rest up at the Motel 6 and finish exploring this island. Well, Angel of him looks like he is close to the coordinates. Right there, he's got it. So it is indeed on the island.
I don't want to call the race on the top over yet, but it's probably going to put Braxis quite a bit behind, because you'd think he'd probably search a lot of the primary continent with the castle on it before he goes back to check that continent again, just to make sure he didn't miss that spot.
Yep, that is very likely. He thinks he's explored the entire island and missed that little tile there.
So, if you're in Angel FM shoes, you've seen the grind spots available to you. Which one are you picking to try and get your way to an acceptable stat line to be able to take on the Dragon Lord?
Let's see. Was the Stone Man was in Hawk's Nest, the Armored Knight in Swamp Cave. I'm leaning toward Armored Knight.
I don't think we even have a sleep spell yet, do we?
What's that?
So I don't believe we've even gotten our sleep spell yet. I think it's just stop spell.
Yeah, I don't believe so. The Stone Man not really viable until you get that. But the Armored Knight will fall to 2 hurt mores. That's probably your best bet right now. And seeing how the Swamp Cave, you get outside from the Swamp Cave and end up in Garenham, so easy way to fill back up.
Well, 14 was 2580. No magic.
Zero magic. Empty Eye loves it. And Angel is in Garen's grave, looks like, grinding. Interesting choice.
Yeah, I think the big influencer there is perhaps that he feels he needs to heal walk given the lack of heal spell as well.
That is true. It would be hard to keep grinding without a way to heal.
Spike tiles are great when you have that heal spell, but
Yep,
the
and
heal
level 14.
walking actually...
Yeah, the heal walking will work, so this might be actually a pretty good choice. And yeah, with level 14 and still no heal spells. We got 2 levels to go. So yeah, it looks like the enemy set here in the grave is pretty good, so this might be the best grind. It's probably a good choice.
Yep, and its proximity to Tantagel makes it so if you die, you really don't have that long of a walk to resume your grind.
Very true. Speaking of which, checks out his stats, and nope, not quite ready yet. Obviously, with no heal more, you couldn't go anyway.
Yeah, it's, well, that's a known that's coming, at least. It's gotta be 50-50 between level 15 and 16.
Yep. Got to come within the next 2 levels, so...
And even if you don't get heal more in the next level, the chances that you don't get either heal or heal more at 15 is a little bit lower. Then again, we have seen runners fail twice to hurt more of the Stone Man to fail the armor kit, so you could also fail the coin flip there and get both at 16.
Yep, it could happen. And yeah, so there's still, what, spells to get? Sleep, Repel, Heal, and Heal More, I believe. That none of our runners have yet.
Yep. Gonna go out on a limb and say they get at least one of those next level. Big gamble on my part.
Yeah, I mean, out of 4, you're bound to get 1.
Could also turn out to be like Mountain Cave.
Yep, could be a Zonk level.
Mountain Cave has not much of anything. Maybe Fighter's Ring is probably the only thing left that they don't have knowledge of, or we don't have knowledge of.
Yep, and I don't think any of our runners even found Mountain Cave, so...
My guess is if that's the case, it may be past the coordinates that Angel FM walked out for his token just a little while ago.
Yeah, that was right near Breckenary, and I don't think either player went south of there, so could very well be.
Alright, so we've hurt more of the Armor Knight. We're gonna probably get one more on him, and that's gonna put us north of 7,500 experience on Angel FM's side. We're gonna probably get a good peek here at the level. It is 5, 1, 2, 1, and a spell. Hey, we got spells. No heal.
No heal. Sleep and repel.
On the bright side, if there is any, you didn't have the HP really to make the climb yet anyways, nor really the attack power, but if you get either of those to roll pretty significantly in level 16, it may actually be a go mode.
Yeah, they still have pretty low agility as well. Be tough to run from some of the higher level enemies in Sharlock.
Yeah, well, as someone who failed 6 times on 98 agility to an armored knight, I may agree with high spirits.
Agility means nothing.
Agility means nothing. Yeah. It means something until it lies to you. Yeah, high spirits has the right idea. I think my favorite failed dive story ever is fighting a golem, or a stoneman, I think it was, with sleep and taking back attacks 3 different times and getting sleeped and eventually dying the 3rd time. And so, always fun when you're either getting back attacked for no apparent reason whatsoever on high agility and or can't run. Good stories.
Good times, good times.
Many a traumatized runner that has come back to play Dragon Warrior Randomizer again.
I don't think Braxis or AliGerBrap have seen Hawksness yet, have they?
I don't. No, Braxis died to the Stone Man.
Okay, so he's been there, but...
He may be hoping for a heal spell before he goes back there. It's gonna be disappointed, I think.
Yep, so level 14 or well, 13 for AliGerBrap and 14 for Braxis Muse, and still no armor.
Yeah, and props to both of them. Despite all of the shenanigans on the overworld and their lack of any sort of heal walking or heal spell, they are not too terribly far behind in their matchups.
Yep, they've kept this fairly even experience-wise.
It may look real bad for AliGerBrap given he doesn't have any of the 3 key pieces, but we know that 2 of those pieces are not too far from one another. Go through Garenham and then go into the swamp and go out the other side. You're basically going to have Stones of Sunlight and Staff of Rain within about 3 minutes.
Yep, the only thing left in is the token, which was on the 2nd continent, so will require the princess, which is also in Garenham.
Yep. And again, nobody really wants to be 2-2 fighting for their lives in week 5, but nobody's getting eliminated amongst the two 1v1s that we're broadcasting tonight. And while we're talking about broadcasts, got to give the shout out to all the tracking help we're getting from Ishore Slime and CyberDark86, as well as our restreamer Lord of the Synth. Alright, Brexus has Waylon. He's probably going to outside immediately. So it's going back through Garenham. It's kind of the worst case scenario there, because you've had to go through the south exit to see that he potentially could go southwest and go around on that one tile. Sigma Fan in chat asked heal more at 16. Heal and heal more are at 16. So your only source of healing is herb or having Erdrick's armor. Lord of the Synth special is not picky in what it specializes in. It's always going to troll you in one random way, and you just gotta play the seed and figure out which way it's gonna be. And today's menu serves up heal more and heal at 16.
Yep. Although it's been a fairly smooth seed otherwise. I mean, they got hurt more early. They got Erdrick's sword at the beginning, so it could have been a lot worse. Well, Angel gets sent back home, but is approaching level 16, so he will get heal and heal more. And then we'll see if he gets enough stats to take on Dragon Lord.
You know, I don't think he'll get to the point where he can reduce the Dragon Lord 2's swings to 48 or less on just one level, but more than likely can reduce that to at least 50, and if you get enough health, it's probably one of those situations where you consider the dive.
Yep.
I forget exactly what number we're at right now, but I'm pretty sure once you get to 85, you can swing for 49, and then you add 1 for every 4 that you go down. It looks like 72 is that number. So what, 81, 77, 73, so 52 or 53 is our swing.
Yep, so he can do quite a bit of damage at this point still.
The dreaded math in the commentator's booth.
You told me there would be no math in video games.
Yeah, that was my big surprise when I got into this a couple months ago, is it's a lot of math and a lot of thinking as to when you go. If you guess wrong or you get unlucky, it's bad news, so you really got to get that math up there pretty quickly.
Yep, that definitely helps a lot if you can do a lot of that math in your head.
And meanwhile, MeleeWizard is our second runner to collect his token from the coordinates and turn it all in the basement of Tantagel for his rainbow drop. Looks like he's going to open up Sharlock, I don't think he's going to make the dive necessarily, but probably wants to see what the enemy set is on the first
Yep.
floor.
This may be a good place to grind.
And we're going to have a 7, 8, 2, 1. And hey, new spells. Who would have thought?
So I think I saw 87 strength. Yes, it still doesn't look like he's quite ready for Dragon Lord, so he's going to keep grinding.
Yeah, 97 is not quite enough with the swings to really consistently survive the first swing of the Dragon Lord 2 without having to potentially double heal more. And on top of that, the attack power is 1 damage short of being able to roll for 14. So yeah, I don't disagree with the continued to grind.
Yeah, basically no double attacks. If he rolled high, he could possibly do it, but it's probably not worth the chance right now. It's assuming he could make it down with all of his resources on 73 agility, which is unlikely. But on the bright side, he's very close, so 17 could be it.
It's certainly feasible that with even a like 5 HP, 5 attack power roll, you might consider making that play to go ahead and dive. Chat does point out that level 16 always has that 1 in 16 chance of winning still, so...
Yep.
I guess someone, if they feel particularly behind, could make the miracle dive and hope for a hurt more in the first couple of casts. And
Yep.
Braxis, meanwhile, we talked about this about 20 minutes ago, I think, that he missed that one spot. Well, he has found his way back there, it's just a question how much time that has cost him.
Yep. Question is, did he get the coordinates and does he have the princess?
Well, he did rescue the princess and then outside and return, because we were talking about that, but I don't know for certain if that was with coordinates. Looks like, based on the fact that he's walking this general direction, that he may be thinking that the coordinates lead about here. Yeah.
Yep, looks like he knows where they are. So yep, that is token for Braxis, and that should be all 3 items.
I could have sworn I saw him get unlucky on the roll with the Stone Man. But he is still kind of looking around this continent, so interesting to see if maybe if I was wrong there.
Yep, and maybe he just wanted this level before he headed back. And that looks like that's the case. So Braxis level 15, still no way to heal. But we'll see if he takes a shot at that Stone Man again. At least he does have the sleep spell now.
kind of analyzing the conversation, it looks like we may have a situation where this race, if it doesn't conclude too far past 11:30 Eastern Time, we may have the next and final race of the night on this same channel. So it looks like they have agreed to go ahead and start a little bit late at least. So for programming purposes, you may be able to stick right here and see that race either in full or maybe a join in progress depending on how late we run here.
Our top race should be close to one of the runners finishing, though. Bottom race may take a little longer. But Melee is at level 15, so he's not too far away. Braxis takes down the Stone Man and gets his armor, so he has everything he needs except for the Rainbow Drop that he knows where to get. And meanwhile, AliGerBrap is heading into Hawksness, probably going to make an attempt at the Stone Man, although he doesn't have the sleep spell, so it could be a tough fight.
Little does he know, in one more level he will get a sleep spell of his own.
Yeah, swinging for 34 damage, he might have a shot here.
Have 2 swings and a hurt more, or it could opt into a 4-swing scenario. Looks like it will work for him.
Yep, did just enough damage to take it out, so he'll get his armor as well.
Meanwhile, some big numbers on Angel FM's side. Got double-digit MP, it looks like, or just under, and also gained, I want to say 5 HP and 6 attack power, so I would say probably going to go.
Yep, he looks pretty good at this point. He looks like he's about probably two heal mores to spare, so he should be in good shape.
Yep, gotta not burn too many heal mores on the way down, and then gotta avoid a back attack if you happen to have to burn some of those heal mores. So, not guaranteed to win if the wrong set of circumstances present themselves.
Yep, and okay, not filling up on keys. He has to go get his Rainbow Drop, I guess. Now taking that long walk to Charlock. Oh, look, he's there.
Yeah, we have MeleeWizard now at 16 with all the heal spells, doing the math and realizing that it's probably going to be at least one more level before he's going to feel safe enough to even attempt it.
Yep.
This looks like we have a golem on the first floor. Not necessarily the worst thing, especially with the fairy flute. I think every runner's obtained that because it was the search spot in coal.
Yeah, and with low agility, a golem and Stone Man are the ones you want to see because they're the easiest to run from. Green Dragon's also not bad. So far, the first 3 forests didn't look too bad. No red dragons, no armored knights.
See the blue variety and an axe knight. So
Yep, he is down into the next zone, so we'll see if there are any here.
hey, we have fun police.
Oh boy.
I think for the most part, though, they have just been biting the runners all across the overworld, and not quite yet in Charlock, but have the potential to do so if you don't get a little run luck.
But he's making a hero run through this zone, so... Yep, encounters a golem, so not too bad. He can run from that easily enough, and with the Fairy's Flute, he can definitely run from it.
Despite having low health, we haven't really talked much about spells outside of sleep for a lot of the enemies that we've encountered this far in this seed.
Yeah, no big dangerous enemies. I don't know if we've seen any Dragonlord breath yet.
Trying to figure out if MeleeWizard thinks it's close enough, or if he's kind of walking down to see what the spike tile has at this point. There really hasn't been the greatest of grind spots that I can recall. I mean, now that you got heals, I guess it's potentially a couple of them.
He's diving, he's not fighting. He may think he can do it here. It's a stretch. It's possible, but it's not likely.
One of those situations where we know something he doesn't know, and that's that he has at least a handful of minutes to kind of collect the experience necessary to make the chances a lot higher.
Well, we are about to find out if he can do it. And unfortunately, didn't find the fighter's ring. That would help him out. He probably should have checked the treasury there.
He's made quite the hero run on the way down, though.
Yep. Yeah, the fighter's ring probably would have put him above 50% to win. Right now, he's probably slightly below. Actually, looking at the numbers again, yeah, I don't think he can do it here. But we won't find out. Because Red Dragon sends him home. The Angel fighting the Dragon Lord. Let's see how this goes.
Not off to the best of starts, but he did get down there with majority of the MP intact.
Yep, it should be a pretty straightforward fight.
Yep, assuming he rolls for the average, it should be good. It's just a question of whether or not he will consistently roll for the average, or if he will min-roll more 8s. Now, there's 2 8s out of the last 3 attacks. That's starting to make this a little bit closer than he probably would like. Think he's... no, now 9. Man. Starting to really get kind of unlucky here.
Yep. I mean, I don't know how many Healmores he burnt before the Dragonlord fight, but he had about 2 to spare, so he still might be alright.
Got a nice 16. Swings again here for 15, so just as I said that, he's now gotten his average kind of balanced out again.
And then he gets an 8. Down to his last Healmore and see if he can do it.
I think he should be close to winning on this swing right here.
Not quite. One more swing, and he does it. Last hit.
So we're just a return and a couple of conversations and a but thou must away from Angel FM punching their ticket into the brackets.
And it looks like MeleeWizard is fighting his way down, going to get the level on the way. But the biggest gain for 17 was MP, which he won't be able to refill, so... Actually, he only has 51 MP left, so...
Angel FM has finished with the official time of 1:25:57. GG's out.
And now with Angel finishing, that's probably putting pressure on MeleeWizard and AliGerBrap, thinking their opponent must be close.
AliGerBrap finally going in the general direction to get 2 of the 3 quest items. Has already picked up the first of the 2. And
yep. Although he didn't take the opportunity to refill his MP, so not sure how far he'll make it.
I'll take a stop at the spike tile and see that it's the Armor Knight there. Shouldn't have any problems taking it out at this point, but may have to turn around now that he's at 0.
Yeah, the tough part is going to be getting back out of this cave.
And we're joined by our winner of the top pairing, Angel FM. Congratulations, you are now securely in. And securely thwarted by the application known as Discord.
Dragonlord has cast the spell of mute.
Yep, that was it.
So, rather interesting seed, I would say.
Yeah, it's great. Start the sword, have all the damage, and have no heals till 16. It's lovely.
A lot of times it's the opposite direction where you get all of your health and a little bit of healing, but not a lot of attack power or a lot of hurt more capabilities. And a little bit of a curveball, but you seem to solve it pretty quickly there.
Well, it also helps too. You get 2 metal slimes, you happen to find Rimbledar pretty fast, and then get lucky on a stone man with a hurt more and 2 attack.
Yep, the big bit of luck is you did explore to the southwest of the second continent, and that was the big trip up for Braxis as he saw it go down to 1 swamp tile and didn't walk the 1 additional tile to see the desert, and it cost him probably, I would say in the ballpark of 8 to 10 minutes of searching before he went back there and checked again at least.
Oh, that kind of hurts then.
Braxis is making the same dive that Melee made on 16. Not sure if it's really an information dive or if he's hoping to kind of level on his way down and get 17 and see enough attack and health.
Meanwhile, Melee is 17 and he's making his dive, so he should be finishing up shortly. If all goes well.
With the 4 runners there, I don't know that I saw a lot of what every enemy had to offer, but I don't know that we saw a lot of Dragon Lord 2 Breath outside of the final boss. You see much of it?
I don't remember at all. I've seen plenty of Baby's Breath, and I mean, I never saw Blue Dragon, I don't think, the entire time, so I was wondering what they had.
I think the first time I saw it was on your walk down, kind of in the diamond room, but didn't get a chance to see much because you got away pretty quickly.
Yeah, I believe the Blue Dragon was all fight. And AliGerBrap has picked up his harp. He's going to... Oh! Okay, he's picked up his staff, actually. No, he returns to the castle. Sorry, I thought he skipped the staff there for a moment.
Oh, got the staff. He's just carrying something else that he's got to take care of before he can go and kind of explore out the rest of that continent.
Yep. Bring Gwaylan back to her dad, and then head back out and get his token.
Yeah, it would have been a pretty complicated setup, I think, to get the coordinates figured out without having the GPS in the sea. There really wasn't much of any reference point that you could use, very easily at least. And the time would have taken...
Yeah, I don't think you could actually even see the second continent from the first, so it probably would have been impossible.
Unfortunately, we are getting a little bit of the fun police action on MeleeWizard's side down to his final 10 heal mores.
Yep, he's down to 82 MP, so this makes it a little dicey for him. He's actually below what he really needs, so he's going to need some good luck if he's going to win the Dragon Lord fight at this point.
He may not even make it that far, though. Run blocked
Yeah,
again.
he does not. No, he does survive. He has to burn another heal more. There's pretty much no way he's going to win now.
Is that 4 run blocks, 5 run blocks, 6 run blocks?
Yep, this is what the trouble with low agility.
Yeah, gotta be panicking a little bit at this point. You've seen Angel FM finish in first. You know your opponent's a solid opponent at 2-1 record, and you don't get any freebies. So probably thinks AliGerBrap is right on his heels, and is just trying to... You almost have to look for the fighter's ring at this point, or look for the spike towel.
Yep, and he doesn't check the fighter's ring, so I don't know if he's going to try this fight, but I mean, without a hurt more, I don't think there's any way he can win.
It's my guess as far as Braxis on his dive as well. He's down to 16 MP. I think he's just trying to scratch and claw his way down to the bottom floor just to see what we have.
Yep. Yeah, there's no way, obviously, to win this, even with a hurt more, I don't believe. You'd have to hit 3 in a row. And even that probably wouldn't... No, I guess that would do it, but chances of that are astronomically low. Yeah, I think Braxis is just trying to get level 17 so he can make the dive again.
Alright. Looks like we have a 8 heal more effort to take down the Dragon Lord. See if he gets some really, really solid RNG, or if we're looking at a redive, which seems to be becoming more and more likely as he loses his HP.
Yep. Oh, and he gets back attacked, even worse.
Yep, that will pretty much do it outside of a Swagmore win, I would think.
Yeah, but he attacks. That's 14 damage. Ten makes 24. Not even sure he can get to 100 here to throw out a hurt more. Let's see. He's up to 50. $54. $66, and he is almost out of magic.
Gotta go double hurt.
Nope.
Not gonna do it.
75. Even a hurt more here wouldn't do it. He's done for.
Yep, heal more, sleep spell.
Yeah, he could throw out a sleep. That's about his only chance.
Just gonna accept his fate, it looks like.
Yep. Yep, see, Mr. Holmes did finish with a hurt more. I believe it was last week. But, again, at 75 damage on the Dragon Lord, even if he hit with the hurt more, it wouldn't have been enough to kill him.
And just as another update here, it looks like Randomizer 2 will be the destination for the last race of the night. Looks like they will have a restreamer there after all, so once the action concludes here, we'll certainly send you that direction.
Yep. MeleeWizard making his another dive at the Dragon Lord. If he can conserve that MP, he can do it.
Yep, gonna get a little bit of a stereo dive here. Two runners gonna dive pretty much simultaneously at 17 now.
Yep. Although if Melee does fail, AliGerBrap is creeping up on him experience-wise, so that could be close.
Of note, Braxis is at 89 defensive power, which is 10 above what MeleeWizard has, so that may come into play at some point here, just in the form of just kind of your damage you take on the way down, or on the Dragon Lord 2 fight itself.
Yeah, Chris Brown, the Angel FM finished the race already. He and Braxis Muse were opponents. Braxis just trying to finish up this seed. Meanwhile, the race on the bottom, MeleeWizard versus AliGerBrap, is still going on.
Yep, and you can't really say that AliGerBrap is eliminated at this point either, because with every failed dive that MeleeWizard has, especially if he's running from a lot of the encounters, it's going to give AliGerBrap a lot of time to kind of recover the experience disadvantage or deficit that he's at right now.
Yeah, he's only about 2,000 or so away from level 17, so I don't know if he's picked up the token yet. I assume he has. Been a little distracted. I didn't catch his. Okay, it looks like. Okay, stones aren't marked, but I'm sure he picked those up in Garanham. But he still needs the rainbow drop, which is right back at Tangential Castle. He looks like he's going to grind here to try to get level 17, and then he'll probably dive as well. If MeleeWizard can't finish it off before then, we have a race on our hands.
I'll say this, both runners on this particular dive that they are taking, well, of course, as I say that, Braxis is going to hit the Red Dragon Fun Police and start failing runs, but both had gone down with most of their MP intact.
Yep. Now, Melee is on the bottom floor with all of his MP, so he has a very good shot to win here. Unless something really bad happens. Oh, and just as I say that, okay, Fun Police, but he gets away.
Yeah, Angel, I think you maybe only saw a couple of Red Dragons, whereas these guys are averaging probably 4 per dive at this point.
In the Charlotte dive, definitely. Everywhere else, no.
Oh yeah, everybody, everywhere else, that was Fun Police City everywhere pretty much you could walk.
And just me getting away in that one Red Dragon that I had a bad fight with in Swamp really helped too, because I didn't have to go all the way back to Garanham for that.
Oh, and Braxis taken out by a Red Dragon on the bottom floor. Probably should have used a heal more there. He had a couple to spare.
Meanwhile, thou were a fool. MeleeWizard DL1, attempt number 2 for Dragon Lord. See if, with 106 MP, if he gets just a little bit more luck.
Yep, he should be good here. He has plenty of MP. Should be no problem.
And to boot, no back attack from DL2, so a free swing. I think that is pretty much clinching even on the lower end of the roll average.
Yeah, he'd have to get some really bad rolls before he would have any trouble here.
Because you're basically at this point guaranteed the double at the start, the double at the end, and 106 is 12 heal more, so you're getting 14 swings. You can definitely go at least a damage below your average and be fine, I would think.
Yeah, and so far all of his rolls have been pretty high, so have been either average or above. Yeah, there's a 10, but not too bad.
Yeah, that was the scariest part about watching Angel FM fight Dragon Lord 2 is, I think for a sequence there we had like an 8, 12, 8, 9 or something like that. And it suddenly took what looked like a convincing fight into just a little bit of a sketchy territory.
Yep, the Angel did have a very close fight. It should have been fairly easy, but came down to the last swing.
So it looks like we're still on pace to at least have 1 heal more remaining once we mop up Dragon Lord 2 on Bailey's side. I think he's probably going to heal more here just in case, though. Yep.
Yeah, you don't want to die on a miscount just in case you miss one of the attacks. Oh, and good thing he did, because that did not take out the Dragon Lord at 9.
I think he had a shot if he rolled a pretty good roll there. And no, my math is
Still
bad.
not. Oh,
Whoa.
last swing, and he does it.
Got
Wow, it was a lot closer than I expected.
I'm going to guess Dragon Lord 2's health roll was fairly generous. Doesn't look like it was on the lower end. But again, commentator's math is kind of hard.
Yeah, it looks like Dragon Lord I don't know if the tracker wants to bring up his stats. But Dragonlord 2's health was 162. So, yeah, definitely on the high end.
Alright, and MeleeWizard looks to have finished this one off with a official SRL time of 145.32. So, the winner
Get
of
out
the
your
one-on-one
GGs.
matchup on the bottom. Yep, get out your GGs. And the second of our runners to finish and the second to secure their bracket playoff spot. MeleeWizard joins us in the booth. Successfully DL2 mute spell, I guess. Hey, there he is.
How the heck did I win that?
Join the club on that one.
I thought I was so behind for a good part of that just because... maybe it was just because of all the dang stupid red dragons I was coming across, but I guess everyone else was too.
Yep, everyone had a lot of trouble exploring early on. It was very difficult to get anywhere. I mean, you basically glass cannons, you had 20 or 30 hit points, but you had a lot of power, but nothing, you couldn't survive, and no heal spells, so...
Yeah,
It's
no
hard to
heal
get
spells
anywhere.
until the very last possible moment. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I think, if I remember correctly, you were the first to stumble upon Hawk's Nest, and I think the first to take out the Stone Man. I think Angel FM was just a little bit behind you.
Yeah, I guess I got a bit lucky with the hurt. I tried hurt more the first time and it didn't work, but I guess it worked. I got lucky the second time around.
Yeah, it was about 25% there. It's 50% each shot, so that was pretty lucky.
Oh, his hurt resistance was that high?
Yeah,
7?
the Stoneman's hurt resistance, is 7.
Oh, 7.
And,
Oh, so it was
those-
a coin flip then. All right.
Yeah, hurt resistance is not randomized in this
Yeah,
version.
but I don't remember them offhand.
Gotcha.
Yep. The key to victory, though, was that armor over your direct opponent, AliGerBrap. I think he got it, maybe the hour 15, hour 20 mark.
Oh wow. Okay.
So I would say that was a good 35 to 40 minutes at least past when you had your armor.
Yeah, I felt good when I found Rimmeldar and Cole pretty much right next to each other. Of course, Cole had to have the furry fluid, but
Yeah, but you did have that miracle run early on from, what was it, an Armor Knight, and that was really what got you there before everybody else could really get in and get the fairy flute. And
was that the
kinda
one
see
where I
those.
survived with 1 health, or was that a different run?
I think that was a different one. This one was just a, like, level 3 or level 4, I have 28 or 32 agility or something really minuscule, and I'm gonna run from an AK-47.
Were you talking about my... No, my HP was less than that, I think, at that point, wasn't it?
HP was pretty weak to start the seed, yep.
So, Angel, what level were you when you took out Dragonlord?
I was 17.
Okay, so I dived at 16. When I saw I was at 97, and it's like, that's usually the magic number. Although the defense we had didn't really agree with that, but
Yeah,
Of
without.
course-
Go ahead.
although the red dragons weren't really having it on my first 2 attempts. You know it's bad when you have to burn 5 heal mores to get to the dang Dragonlord.
Yeah, we were kind of expecting you to throw out a hurt more at the end there, but
I was,
Even-
but I was thinking about it, but I was doing the math, and even at the end, a Hurtmore wouldn't have done it. I was
Yeah, I think you
was
had-
I was like mid 80s at the time, and Hurtmore wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, not quite. You would have had to hit 2 probably.
Yeah, I was after the fact. I was thinking if I was gonna go Hurtmore, I should have done it from the get go because I should have known that I had no shot when I only had 8 Keelmores at the time going in.
Yeah, it was definitely an uphill climb.
Of course, I had to take him out on my last hit. Thankfully, I was counting damage, so I actually knew the last hit was gonna succeed.
Yeah, it turned out to be a lot closer than I expected it to be. It looked to me, from your stats, like it would have been an easy win, but it was pretty close.
The double heal didn't help any.
Oh,
Also,
okay. You missed that.
I noticed a moment too late that I attacked on 50 when I saw him hit for 50, and then he hit for 49. It's like, oh crap! I dodged a bullet.
Yeah, but it's a good thing you did, because otherwise, if you'd have double healed, that would have been it.
Yeah, it would have. It would have. Yeah.
Yep, one of those situations where DL2 actually rolled just a little bit above average. I think he was sitting there just 2 or 3 shy of max.
Yeah, I think my last hit, I was at like 157 going into the last hit. So yeah, that was a pretty high one.
Yeah, his health was 162 this time.
So I'm going to take a wild guess and say everyone rescued the princess this time around, because those coordinates, I'd be amazed if anyone would be able to count that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was impossible because it was on the second continent, and there was no way to see the second continent from the first, so I think she was required.
Yeah, like when I saw the coordinates in Cantlin, it was for sure. Even if it was a straight shot, I wouldn't be able to count that much. Especially with all the nasty things in the way, that would distract me enough that I'd probably lose count.
Yep, that's easy to do when you're trying to get away from red dragons and armored knights.
At least we got Hurtmore relatively early. That definitely helped.
Yeah, Hurtmore level 4, and starting with the sword, that definitely made it easier anyway.
Starting with the sword made it feasible. I was wondering, how the heck was I getting run blocked by scorpions at level 12? How the heck is that supposed to work?
Because agility's not real.
I thought we were playing Dragon Warrior, not Fire Emblem.
Well, I'm sure somewhere High Spirits is laughing about the agility and its lack of importance.
Well, it's not like our agility was that good anyway.
No, it certainly was not, but again, you would probably expect to make it away from a Scorpion most of the time.
Yeah, it's just a goofy thing that I just happened to come across. I'd have been more upset if the thing had deal 2 breath or something.
Yep, and looks like we have a bit of a stereo fight on Dragon Lord 2 for the remaining 2 runners in this. Looks like AliGerBrap actually made up quite a bit of ground there. I think you had about 2,000 or 3,000 experience lead that started to dwindle just a little bit as you were diving Charlock. And he's actually... Ooh. That's no good. Braxis gets taken out.
Praxis took a little risk there and didn't pull it off.
So, Angels, where did you end up grinding assuming you needed a grind after you found everything?
I just kept going back into the grave every time.
Oh, so, yeah, okay, so you did grave too, okay.
I mean, I knew everything was horrible, so instead of going in the Charlock and maybe finding Stoneman or Golem, I mean, I can at least more everything there.
Yeah, the Armored Knights, Axe Knights, those were definitely better than Blue Dragons for sure.
Yeah, and I will say, there were only, besides Dragon Lord, there were only 2 enemies that had Dragon Lord Breath. this seed. It was the Drakima and the Wraith. And both were only about 25% to use it, so didn't really see it at this seed.
Yeah, I didn't see it too much, no.
Yeah, it looks like we have a third place finish now. AliGerBrap has successfully defeated the Dragon Lord and is making the walk.
And Braxis seems to be paused on the top floor of Charlock. He may be contemplating a forfeit.
And AliGerBrap has finished with an official time of 1:55:49.
Yeah, I was trying to remember, was there a large shield for sale in Cole or Rimmeldar?
Yes.
I think I want to say I ended up finding one. It was either Brickenary. It must have been Brickenary, I think, that where I ended up finally buying one.
Actually, I'm not sure if it was there or if it was Cantlin Shop by chance. I forget exactly
I checked
where
all
else we
three
saw it.
Cantlin shops. They didn't have one.
Yeah, it was just Breckenary.
Okay.
Breckenary is the place that had it.
And it was unfortunate that there was no gold grind available because you had the magic armor and the silver shield within armor's reach. If a gold grind would have been possible, I probably would have done that pretty early. That would have helped somewhat, getting me around the world. But when the treasury just has 2 herbs and 2 torches.
Hey, I'll take those 2 herbs right now.
Yeah,
instead of everything else.
Yeah, well, when it's your only source of healing, yeah, I guess.
And AliGerBrap has joined us in the commentary. GG AliGerBrap.
Honestly, it was not that, like, the seed at the start. I felt unlucky, like always getting ambushed or like my hurt more missing. So I thought I was behind because of that, because I wasn't getting lucky. And after that, I couldn't find Garenham, and that pretty much like those 2 things like made me waste a lot of time.
Yeah, Garenham was kind of tucked out of the way in this one.
Yeah, I thought, like, at first I thought there was nothing there. Like, oh, there's probably nothing there. Like, I was like circling back to the same places for like 2, 3 straight times. The only good thing is I got the armor at level 14 before sleep, because I thought, like, we're pretty much killing anything with that strength, and like it doesn't matter what we have. Like, we can just 3-shot anything pretty much.
Yep, you were able to take 4 swings at that stone man and take him down before he could kill you, so that worked out for you.
Yeah, I think that was really the big sticking point. Is I think everyone kind of had their troubles getting away early on, although you had particularly bad luck at it. But it was that magic, or that Erdrick's armor, excuse me, that gave your opponent quite a good lead on you, and you started to make up time as you were struggling to get down to the Dragon Lord, and or defeat the Dragon Lord in one situation. But you made a good showing, and you know you're still alive. So next week you get another matchup, you might still make it in.
Yeah, I hope I can make it, and it will be hard. I expect a difficult runner to face. I'm probably thinking I will be the underdog no matter who I'm facing. I haven't seen everybody who could be 2-2, but they look pretty good from what I've seen.
You know, the competition is fierce in this tournament, but everyone has a chance.
goodness knows you already won 2 matches. What's one more, right?
Yeah, we never know. That's why we play those races. You never know who's going to win on any given day.
Yeah, goodness knows I never thought I'd be 3-1. I'm usually of the thought of going over, and I'm pleasantly surprised when I'm not.
Well, it's Randomizer for a reason. Even if you consider yourself an underdog, you certainly got 2 wins already, so it's easily possible that you could become a 3-2 and bracket competitor. And with the right rolls, even with a scary opponent, there will be a few down there. You could still come out on top, so never count yourself out.
Yep, even the best racers in this lose sometimes. The RNG is not always kind, and generally it's not.
Yeah, there's at least one runner still going that would have something to say about unkind RNG.
So, Ali, did you end up taking out Dragon Lord at 17?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I did my first attempt at dive at 16 because 97 hit points mostly, and it went about as well as one might expect.
Yeah, I looked at 16 and I didn't feel confident about it.
Would have certainly been interesting had you not done quite enough damage on the second attempt. Because AliGerBrap was not diving until he hit 17, so had you failed there again, the difference in time was 10 minutes. I think that's still probably just outside the realm of that fail if it would have happened. But certainly would have made it interesting.
Yeah, it's just, on the second dive, those red dragons just would not let me go. I just kept failing runs. Ugh. It's like, even by the time I got to the bottom floor, I had already used up 4 heal mores.
Now, and we're down to 11 heal mores, looks like, for
Speaking of
Braxis. So
which-
it's
Yeah, Braxis had to burn 2 Hilmers on the way down. He's made it to the Dragon Lord, but it's going to be very close.
a small heal walk there, and then use the herb to get himself back up to max. So, gotta hope for at least one stop spell out of this and no back attack. And as I say that, he gets back attacked by deal 1 and immediately hurt more. It's just, man, when it rains, it pours sometimes, I guess.
Yep. And he does have 102 health, so it's possible for him to get a double if he gets 2 lucky melees, but it's gonna be a tight fight.
So we're at 21 through 2 swings down to 9 heal wars. 33. Doing the math right now on it. Pretty sure he's not thrilled, but got a low roll attack against him.
Yeah, up to 53 damage.
He's
Still
below average.
7 heal mores.
I think he's deduced he's probably going to have to swag more of this if he wants to get it out and be
Yeah, that
victorious.
15 helps. It brings him 68.
Yeah, what sucks with the stats we had is that you can't really rely on getting doubles. It's just not likely going to happen.
Another very low roll there, 76. With only 4 heal mores now when he swings again here. 12.
88. He needs to swing at least one more time, but if he's going to try hurt mores at all. Ooh, an 8.
You're gonna have to heal more here. You basically have to swing again now just to get to that point. Yep, he does. So heal more, hurt more, and no dice. So sleep or bust.
Yeah, he doesn't try to sleep, so he is down. Couldn't quite pull it off.
Ah. I don't think we got sleep until 16 either, did we?
You got sleep and repel at 15 and didn't get heal or heal more until 16. So.
Right, I knew the heal and heal more didn't show up until 16, but so I didn't even look at sleep. If I was going to be using sleep, it would have been I would have liked to have sleep against the Stoneman and Hawksness, but that's about the only time I even thought about that one.
I won't repeat what was said in IRC, but he is definitely determined to go smack the DL2 and kind of give him the business for all the fails here. So looks like he's going to make the attempt to grind 18.
Yep, he's going to grind one more level and try it again.
Yeah, as close as things were, I don't blame him for that. I was contemplating the option myself. Thankfully, I didn't need to.
Yeah, meanwhile, the other race looks like they got an early Erdrick sword as well. And hurt more. They're both at level 9 already and 20 minutes in.
Thankfully, having Edric Sword getting those early levels was no issue at all. It was just the mid game that was just not being kind to us.
Yep, that was definitely a problem. Like I said, the low HP just and no way to heal was the big issue there.
Looks like it's going to be some Herb Gitso. May have just wanted to grind a little bit to make it to where he could fight his way down, or may continue just kind of fighting on the overworld, because you're going to encounter, even with the short walk to Charlock, at least 1 or 2 enemies.
I think the only enemy that I found worth fighting on the way down were the werewolves. They just spam stop spell all day. I think I'm gonna have to step out. It's been kind of a long day.
Not a problem. Thanks to all the runners who have participated in this seed for putting on a pretty good show here. It was a pretty fun and kind of quirky seed. This specific race. Be sure to give them a follow, and also We have our supporting staff that follows as well. We had Laura the Synth, Be Sure Slime, and CyberDark86. So we're under 1,000 experience away now from next level. Looks like Sherlock's first floor is where that grind's going to take place. Probably no more than a couple minutes here. I'll be kind of interested to see this stack gain here. About 7, 1, 12, and 1.
That should be good. So go refill his MP and head back down.
If your average now should sit at a tidy 15, and with the max swing of 48 from the Dragon Lord on a physical attack, at least a reasonable chance of getting one double out of this.
Yeah, 114 health. He'll probably get 1 or 2 out of it. Brax is diving in dark here. I guess he knows this way around.
And this sea will just not let him go. He's just constantly getting the red dragons, and they're constantly sitting there run blocking him.
Yeah, still only 79 agility, so he's not a favorite to run from them.
Yeah, I'm not anticipating a first turn run very often from him, but to get kind of 2, 3, 4 in a row over and over again, it's rough.
Getting a little risky here, not healing up after failing to run from that red dragon.
Yeah, with kind of a shorter walk back, I guess he's trying to get a specific set distance down before he starts burning resources. Though it appears he may have gotten stymied in this room just a little bit. This is the diamond, yeah.
Yeah, and he could use a radiant here. It wouldn't cost him a heal more, so not sure what he's doing here.
I recognize this pretty well. It's called salt percenting the end of your race.
And it just got a little more salty.
Alright, good vibes time. Let's see one or fewer red dragons on the way down this time.
That would be nice.
You know, in some ways, I'm kind of disappointed that we didn't have Breckenary a little bit closer to the start, given the late repel, because recently, I think it was in this updated version of the randomizer, you open the fairy water in Breckenary so that you can go in there without having to burn a key. It would have been kind of interesting to see what the runners would have done had they had that at their disposal early on.
Yep.
We've already seen it in a handful of the tournament races where runners have gone in and bought fairy water there to kind of advance their way through the seed a little bit until they at least get repel, and then kind of see once people get repelled that they no longer want to spend that gold. If you're going to fail some walks, probably a little bit better to fail them against a blue dragon, taking a little bit less damage, so he's going to be able to heal walk a little bit of that off. Oh, man. That was scary. Tried again, but got triple blocked
Oh boy.
again. Yeah, I understand definitely wanting to conserve the heal wars given the horrible luck he had on the first counter with the Dragon Lord, but with a slight gain in attack power and in health. I mean, I guess I can't question at this point. With the luck he's had, may still not have been enough.
Yep, he's not had enough yet.
Well, at this point, I think he's just.
Yeah,
I don't think he's quit.
Yeah. Yeah. With 100 strength, I mean, yeah, 140 attack power. I mean, he could burn a heal more too and easily win still.
Aren't they allowed to? Absolutely. It's up to them. I'm never going to encourage anyone to forfeit unless it's getting to the point where it's no longer a fun game. I mean, that's the only point where we start maybe poking at it. But, you know, it's a challenge, and he's up to the challenge. He's going to sit there and make sure he teaches the Dragon Lord a lesson just to prove that he's got what it takes. Absolute brutal run luck again. Leaves him with just the 1 health.
Yep. It was a close one.
Again, as you mentioned, not a favorite, but and I think the odds are a little bit better against an Axe Knight than what's going on here.
Yeah. He should have been on a run from that, but I guess you're going to fail every once in a while because agility isn't real.
Wow, that is actually more mean than just ending it on that first swing. Is gets that encounter on low health, pretty much knows that if he doesn't run right away, he's done and gonna have to walk again, and gets that measly 19 swing on him. Looks like he's taking the opportunity to go to 19, though. maybe just deciding that with his luck, he's got no other options.
Maybe so.
Chat saying he's got a couple of Humors to spare, might be frazzled. I don't know if it's frazzled or just like rage-inducing run blocking and just determined at all costs to just defeat the lack thereof on his runs to get away from all of this red dragon nonsense that he's been fighting on every floor. So basically, his eyes may be turning red before frazzling, is what I'm suggesting.
Just pure unadulterated rage at this point.
Would I get frustrated at this point? I would have gotten frustrated probably on the third Fun Police on the overworld at like level 4. I mean, you kind of expect some stuff to hit you, but this seed, even before Sharlock, if you don't have kind of the level head, you could have been tilted right off the bat pretty easily in this, because just maybe not awful health, but low health combined with low agility off the start made it near impossible to even kind of get ahead on experience with your Hertmore and your Erdrick sword. Alright, see if we can get an agility gain on 19, even though it doesn't exist. 2, 4. Was that a 39 that I saw there? And a 0. Empty, I love that.
Yeah, it looked like 39 hit points, yeah. So he can use the Death Necklace now.
I was too busy shaking my head at the agility gain and got too dizzy before I could read that health properly. I dare say he will be burning a little bit of MP now, because there are certainly several opportunities for doubles to occur. Even though Heal More will not take you all the way back up to that 150 mark on health, you're more than likely to get a few opportune Heal Mores, and with 91 defensive points, it's also taking the melee down just a little bit further. What did Angel get that made him finish way before the others was the question posed in chat. There's a couple of things I would say. First off, did he get a little bit of fortune over his opponent A little bit. I mean, there's a couple of situations where he didn't get run blocked as often early. His death counter, I believe, was just under Braxis. But beyond that, making a pretty good call to grind Garen's Grave, which is right next to Tannadill Castle, at 14, knowing that his only way to heal really was herb or walking with Erdrick's armor. I think that solid call kind of cemented his lead over Braxis, and from there, definitely would say he got a fortunate Sharlock encounter set up with only one red dragon seen the entire way down. But with luck, you gotta be good enough to kind of know what you need to do to get down there, what's your level that you're gonna get all your HP, MP, AP that you need to actually complete the seed. You know, all that math. So, combination of a little bit of good luck with a very skilled runner equals a very tough opponent. I will definitely say that between Angel FM and Braxis Munis, we're looking at two opponents that normally I would say are within a Char-like dive of each other in terms of skill. So this is just a series of unfortunate events that has led to near hour difference in time, or just above an hour.
Looks like he has made it to the Dragon Lord with all of his magic, so we finally get a fight here.
Oh, hey, that's right. We have a death necklace too. I actually forgot about that.
Yeah, none of our runners could use it until level 19, so...
So 99 damage later, deal 1 down, deal 2 up, no back attack, and a 22 right off the bat. My math says this is going to be over pretty quick.
You are probably right.
Oh, now we're going to get all these. Where were these high rolls the last time up? Math is hard, but I think it's, what, 1326 for the damage range that we have right now at 152 AP with the Death Necklace on.
Yeah, sounds right.
would put your average at about 19.5, and he didn't need the last, what, 8 heal mores? Who needs those?
Yeah, no big deal.
Let's see if he butt down musts a few times here out of frustration, just to give himself some time to wind down. Nope, she's so happy. And he has finished Braxis Muse in with a time of 2:36:03. I can read the comment there. It says that encounter table and run luck. I would tend to agree. And with that, we are joined by Braxis. Agree. I definitely agree with your comment posted in the Irish. With that was some sort of ridiculous encounter and maybe slightly less ridiculous run luck, but even still, it's failing 3, 4, 5, 6 times. It's silly. Maybe for the best that Discord is treating him unfairly at this point. May not have the nicest things to say to those red dragons, but we'll get him going here shortly.
All right, I'm here. Man, the start of that seed was just not friendly. You had what, zone 0, zone 1 mobs, and then right into like Sharlock mobs. So that was like my first 20 minutes of the game, is I either had to grind like ghosts or just nothing at all, it felt like.
Yep, we posed that question to Angel FM a little while ago about how you kind of had all this attack power and all this spell power, really, and no easy way to get a few levels to kind of find your way into some health and or agility to get yourself some defensive points out there.
No, and like you said, I mean, we had a huge amount of attack power. Hurtmore was early, but Hurtmore didn't do me any good for the fact that the only mobs I could find to Hurtmore back attacked me and either did like DL2 breath, Hurtmore, so it didn't matter. But I can tell you that the first half hour of the seed and probably the last hour of the seed, the only words that I could say about it is Groundhog's Day, because that's what it felt like. It felt like I would play for 5 minutes and then end up back at the king, making like absolutely no progress at the beginning or the end.
Yeah, I think the only real unfortunate step prior to getting just encounter tabled into oblivion was perhaps the second continent trolled you just a little bit on your search of the southwest corner, because we saw you kind of check to the edge of that swamp where it went down to one tile, and unfortunately that continent continued for a little while longer, and that's where the token ended up being. But you made up some ground on Angel FM and kind of kept in it. I think you're only leveled down when he was finished, so more power to you.
What level did everybody finish at? Curious.
Everybody else went to 17. Uh, Melee, I think, failed for sure on. I think he failed a short dive that lasted one floor, and then failed again on a second dive because he was under leveled at 16, trying to grind his way up on the way up, but just couldn't because he's getting encounter tabled.
Yeah, see,
About
this
as
is this is probably probably the second seed that I played where I've literally had to over level or forfeit. Those were my only two options.
Yeah, I think both runners on the bottom, MeleeWizard and AliGerBrap, got up there with probably an average of 4 or 5 red dragons. The only one that had really good fortune climbing was Angel. He, I think, only saw the one red dragon kind of midway through and hit mostly blues and golems from there.
I mean, I would have loved to have seen blue dragons or stone men or heck, even star wyverns, but like my first couple dives, it was just like one step after the other was just red dragon, red dragon, red dragon.
Yeah, it certainly was not the best of fortune for sure, but power to you for sticking through that and even over leveling just to kind of get up there. It caught me by surprise when you used the death necklace. It had been so long since we had seen that picked up, and everybody else kind of fighting at the 100 mark, 110 mark, and suddenly, boom, high 30s HP at 19.
You know, and I actually got nervous when I was over leveling those last 2 levels because honestly, other than 19 that gave me 30 extra hit points, the agility on the last 2 runs were so low that it wouldn't have made a difference on like the red dragon encounters anyways.
Well, with this defeat, you are not out, so this terrible encounter table, you can put it to bed, never look at it again, and go into next week with a kind of fresh mindset. And there will be some difficult opponents, but you are more than capable of taking out just about anybody in the scene. So, kind of wishing you better fortune for that round for sure.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to next week. I know Angel FM is a really good opponent, and I came into the seat. I was going to give it my best, but even my playing my best with the few mistakes that maybe I would change. I mean, you can't really practice RNG. You just have to try to work around it, and I just didn't have the luck tonight. So hopefully next week that'll change. So.
Brew, you got anything?
No, not really anything to add. Got to applaud your perseverance for finishing the seed. And good luck next week. Hopefully that'll get you into the bracket stage.
And before I head out, I just want to thank you guys all for sticking in there with me because I'm sure the last hour of watching me dive Sharlock 100 times probably wasn't that pleasant either. So.
We got a small collection of people watching here and a couple follows gained, so a lot of people kind of like watching someone persevere and complete a seed that's kind of struggling to let them go, so to speak. Yeah, but as Laura mentions, it's 68 to 70 people still watching, so definitely had a lot of support behind you there. But with that, I think we do have one race ongoing over on Randomizer 2. I think we're going to start raiding them shortly. So, going to wrap up once again. Trackers were Monsieur Slime and CyberDark86. My commentary partner was mcgrew, restreamer Lord the Synth, and the runners, as you see on screen, Brexis Muse, Angel FM, MeleeWizard, and AliGerBrap. I'm FurySK saying so long for now.
Thank you everyone for watching. Good night.